Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome back. It's Jordan here. Today we're going to be working on my corner garage. The corner garage is built. It's looking pretty good in the LEGO City there. But recently I started adding some more height to my LEGO City, and I've also been doubling up a lot of my modular buildings. So today I'm going to look to add more height to the corner garage and also double it up using a second set. Luckily, I already have that second set. And it's currently a rebrickable model, which is actually a pub. Pretty cool build, but I'm trying to free up some space in the LEGO City for the skyscraper district, right? I want to build up. And what I'm going to do is use the parts from this one here to add some more floors to my corner garage. So originally I thought I was going to take this second corner garage here and actually expand this by another half base plate and add another garage door. I think that would be pretty cool. And it'd be sort of like a weird corner building because it's 1.5 by 1 base plates. But I guess space is a luxury, and a lot of people want to see me add some more height to the existing modular buildings because classically I've just been expanding them widthwise, right? Like the Boutique Hotel, we've doubled that up. The Birch Bookstore there, I think doubled it up as well widthwise. And the pizzeria and jazz club, that got expanded widthwise as well. The police station in a massive way got an expansion. And then also the pet shop. Merged two of those to create a giant pet shop. But I've been adding height to the city, so I may as well take this opportunity to add some more height to my corner garage. Here's the interior of the pub. We've got the top floor, the second floor, which is just like a little living space, and then the pub, which is actually pretty cool. It's got like a nice looking bar there, some bar stools, and also some arcade games. It's actually a pretty cool rebrickable model. I might miss it, but we need more space. And here is the interior details of the corner garage. It actually has a veterinarian on the second floor, and then a place where someone can live there, a little tiny corner washroom, couch and kitchen and all that. And then actually quite a bit of open space in the ground floor as well, where we have the actual garage. It's a pretty open interior, to tell you the truth. And what are we going to add to it? Well, I have absolutely no idea. So I made the decision that I'm not going to do this the classic way where I part out the set by part type and have it all neat and tidy and sorted. I'm going to do this the messy way where I just bust this thing up and I try to just build the floor using the parts as I extract them from the pub. So I'm going to have pieces absolutely everywhere. Is this going to be more efficient? Probably not, but I just don't feel like sorting and parting out right now. So the corner garage uses these to build windows. I think it's a great part usage for a building because it's like a car windscreen, right? Or windshield. The issue is the pub only used 2 and the corner garage uses 2 per upper floor. So there's 4 of them in total. So I only have 2 in the pub. I can't find the other ones. Well, I guess I found one of them, but one is still missing. I found this one here in that bin. But I have been looking for quite some time. I went through my ridiculous tire bins here. This is just all of my tires and also car windshields. I figured, maybe they ended up in there because this is just vehicle pieces. And once again, that is a car windshield. And then I was like, okay, I can't find them in there. So then I started digging through my large, that's cool. Sorry, my large bulk pieces because I sort all my Lego by size. And this is all of the large stuff. So I'm just digging through here. I found one. I've got to find another one. The one that I did find was in this bin. Let me know if you see it because I'm going to drive myself crazy. Most likely what I'll end up doing is probably just dumping this entire bin, probably both of them, onto my desk and just sort of sifting through them. I guess I should start to sort some of this large stuff, but large pieces take up a lot of room in the part drawers, right? And the part drawers are pretty much full. So at least I have it sorted by size, so if I am looking for stuff, that's cool. So if I am looking for stuff, it makes it somewhat easier. I found the other one relatively quick, but not the second one. And after a bunch of building, this is what the pub looks like. It is absolutely destroyed and just sort of sprawled out on my desk here. Check it out, everybody. There it is. I found it. Yes, I was just searching through the wrong bin, but I found both of them. I'm so happy. I thought these were MIA, and they are not. Hey, look, it's Mickey Mouse. Well, guess what? It turns out I've got to do some sorting anyway. There's no way I can just dump these into the unsorted parts. What the heck is this? Okay, so we saw the original. I could spiffy up the interior. Haven't decided if I'm going to change the interior of the original. On the second floor, we've got the veterinarian, right? And then on the third floor, it's like a little apartment. Now, what I've done is created 2 more floors. This one is just a replica of that one, but there's no interior details at this time. So it's literally exactly the same. I used 2 sets, so I had the same parts to do that. So there we go. Now we've got the ground floor and 3 more stories, so we're at 4. And then this one here is a little bit different. I couldn't find one of my sand blue windows, and the veterinarian has the sideways 1x4x6 window. So I had to change it up a bit there just because there's the 1x2x2 windows on top, 3 of those rather than 2 of the other ones. And then there's the same little patio with the door that you can walk out on, or onto the patio, of course. Walk out through, I should say. There we go. So this thing is getting pretty tall. And then we have the original roof, which will fit on top like that. And there we go. That's the new and improved corner garage. However, still got to figure out interior details. Doesn't really make sense, right, Luna? No, because there's like a garage and then a veterinarian and then a little apartment, and like the staircase leads up to like all 3. So in order to get to your apartment, you got to walk through a garage and a veterinarian and go up to your apartment. Maybe he's like the owner of the veterinarian or the garage. Maybe it's Joe's apartment. I don't know. It just doesn't really make sense. So I think we're going to be changing up the interior details, at least for the top 3 floors. So I figured it would be best to extend the veterinarian story. So the veterinarian is on the 2nd floor, so you have to enter that through the garage. And then you can take the stairs up to the 3rd floor, which is actually a doggy daycare. Look at that. All sorts of dogs in there having a great time with all the toys, like that husky with his Christmas wreath toy. There's also a turkey leg toy, croissant toy on the turquoise bed. There's another dog over there on the orange bed with some ball, or with a ball, and there's other balls sort of scattered around. Some Dalmatian art on the wall, and also a matching area rug. And then the water and food bowl. And over here we've got a German Shepherd who just finished playing with the bullseye toy. It looks like he might have made a mess. It is nicely gated off, so those little ladder elements are held in spot there by some clips. And then there is a fence there in the center just so the dogs don't run down into the vet or up to the next floor. So we've got the Dalmatian art there, and then another print piece right there with some fish on it, just to add some art to that wall. So it's a little doggy daycare. So I think that's a great way of extending the story of the veterinarian onto the next floor. And also when you look in the windows from the exterior now, you can sort of see some color in there, which is good, rather than just open gray studs. It's nothing too crazy, nothing too like advanced, but you know what? I think it gets the job done and extends the story. I'm not sure what else you would add to a doggy daycare, right? Like I think the dogs are pretty happy in there. Now, some dogs are here for a long stay and they need to be kenneled. So here we go. We've got just a little kennel area right here. I designed these kennels, which are just sitting there loosely right now, but not too bad. You know, they are built using some brackets. So the upward facing brackets and tiled off on the side with some 2x4 and 1x4 tiles. And then there's just a clip that extends off the front to mount that little ladder element. And that is just a gate. And then I took these from the Pets brickheads that I parted out not too long ago and put them on the top just because I think they add a nice pop of color. Now those are just sitting there loosely because there's actually not enough space to clip them in the spot. I tried doing it with some jumpers and with some studs, but just because they have tiles on the sides of the brackets, they make them a weird dimension. So they're just going to sit there loosely, but I actually added some of the grill elements around the perimeter of them just to lock them in place, and I think that really does work out. Now they are quite large, but Lego dogs are quite large, and that's just going to give them a little bit of breathing room in there. I didn't put any dogs inside, but I definitely could. Now also this veterinarian offers dog grooming, so there is a little groom station right up here. I guess I should have clipped a brush to this cabinet, but I built that little cabinet using some brackets, some 2x2 jumpers, and then there's some shampoo and conditioner there, and then there's a little, not a little, but a large sink with a hose connection there, and a little drawer unit underneath that as well. I should add a brush. I will search one, probably a Lego Friends accessory. I definitely have a brush somewhere, and there's an open stud, so that's perfect. But yeah, this is the dog grooming area / kennels. I like my kennel builds. I think they're pretty neat. And I really like it because when you look in the front window, like when we place this right here, you're going to see that dog. And I just think that's so cute. Also, I added some decorations to the walls there, like the warning sign. Watch out, there's dogs up here. And then also a missing cat sign, just in case any of these dogs have seen that missing cat. Okay, so there's one more floor, and I decided that this floor is not going to be redone. This is original from the corner garage, and it's just a little suite. So this is a 24/7 dog watching service, right? It's a kennel or a little doggy daycare. And you need somebody there 24/7 in case there's a problem, right? So this is just a little suite that goes on top for an employee of the veterinarian / kennel that is taking care of the dogs. Just somewhere to hang their hat, maybe make some food while they're on duty looking after all of the dogs. Now that story, I think, makes sense. Now the only thing that this corner garage truly needs is more light so you can actually see the stories that I put inside. You can't see that dog in the front window, but look at the original floor. You can't really see in there at all. And that's something that sort of bothers me about interior details sometimes, because you put all this time and energy and then you don't even, or into the builds, and then you don't even see them in the end, which is sort of annoying. But it is what it is. I'm glad that I was able to double up my corner garage, and I think it looks pretty good. Okay, so now that I've got that built, the next thing I have to do is place it in the Lego City. But I will say that it's not really going to make a whole lot of sense in its old position because it's so tall and it's sort of surrounded by regular sized modular buildings. So the entire Lego City, like where all the skyscrapers are and this new tall structure, the whole like the way it's organized sort of has to be reshuffled and redone. And I already know that, but I just want to continue building more structures and then eventually redo it all. But either way, let's place it back in the Lego City where it used to be. Actually, while placing it, I decided to move my next project onto my desk here. This is my old hospital. I like it, but there's no interior details. There's no staircase or elevator. There's not even like a fake staircase or elevator. I'm not a huge fan of this. That is like really ugly, and that's one of the reasons why I like removed it from the Lego City, just because when I saw that, I was like from any angle, I'm just like, ooh, that's not good. I need to use more of the blue windows and everything and try and spiffy this up. But it is a skyscraper, so I sort of want to include it in my skyscraper district. Also, I'm not a huge fan of the garage because right now I accidentally broke it. But the garage used the standard garage door track, like these pieces, and actually the ambulance couldn't really fit inside. So I'd rather have like maybe like an open system for the ambulance, just because it is a pretty wide vehicle. So I'd rather have like an open pull-in. I think some Lego sets have actually done their like pull-in for the ambulance like that. And I might even take a look at that hospital set that's on the shelves right now at the Lego store, and maybe even just have a look at the instructions and see what I can come up with for some interior details and just try and spiffy this up, because there are interior details there, but not on these floors. And there's just some things about this that I'm not too happy with, but I'm excited about redoing it and putting it back into the Lego City. And that's why I decided not to grow my corner garage width-wise like I've been doing with my other modular buildings, because I need more space. Recently, I removed the Sanctum Sanctorum right down there, and I just want to try and make some serious changes to the Lego City. And I'm excited about this new district of taller buildings. And I think what really appeals to me about this is the fact that it brings the buildings to eye level. I know a lot of this stuff can be seen when you crouch down. It looks so good. But now I'm sort of bringing some stuff up to eye level. With that said, once again, I think that corner garage is a little bit out of place there just because it is really tall. It needs to be with the other taller buildings. So that will definitely not be its final position unless some of the taller buildings move around, or I create more taller buildings to be beside it, or maybe I modify my birch bookshop so that it's tall just like that. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to redo my birch bookshop. I'm just talking right now, but I'm not going to be touching the modular buildings that I've already doubled up. But there you go. That is the corner garage placed back in the city in its original position. It looks sort of out of place. I've definitely got to work on that. And also a lot of people have been mentioning that I should move the construction site. Now, the reason I put the construction site there is because I can only fit one row of buildings here. So for example, if I move any of these other modular buildings, whether it's the corner garage or anything, or that hospital, but maybe the hospital will go there. That's a good idea, actually. Then you could have the pull through. That's actually a good idea. But if I put any of the other buildings there that have a solid back, the issue is when you look from this perspective, you see the solid back. And what I really like about the construction site is the fact that it's sort of looks good from all angles, right? Because if that was just like a solid dark orange wall, like the dark orange wall from the corner garage, well, it wouldn't really look that good, right? Because it'd just be like this massive wall. So that's why I decided to put the construction site there, and also the Octane gas station, because they look good from all angles. But yeah, there we go. Another building customized and placed here in the LEGO City, which is always being changed and developed. Right now it's missing a bunch of minifigures, traffic lights, tiles, and details just because I added the bicycle lanes and have been moving these buildings and creating these buildings, and just that type of stuff has been getting in the way. So there's still a lot of work that has to be done here in the LEGO City. But I'm always excited about like changing it up and just trying new things, and that corner garage is pretty cool. I love how I sort of unified the story. Let me know what you think by commenting below. Please remember to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for some more great stuff, and have yourselves a fantastic day. Farewell.